Black History Month curated collection, another video, one of my all-time favorite books, a book that is near and dear to my heart, a political figure that is near and dear to a lot of people, a lot of Black people who consider themselves trying to do things that are right. This book, Assata, an autobiography written by Assata Shakur. This is one of the most powerful books ever written. I put it on the same plateau, same platform as an autobiography of Malcolm X. Assata Shakur in her life is one of the most tremendous, she's one of the most tremendous, one of the most dynamic people to ever live. She details her life from her birth in New York to moving down south and everything that she endured while coming up, to her involvement in the Black Power movement of the 1960s and 70s, connected to her conviction for murder in the 1970s. Her conviction, as she explains, and many people may have studied it elsewhere, and people argue that her conviction was pretty much a sham. She was convicted on very flimsy circumstantial evidence of murder, and as she argues, as her lawyers argue, as her supporters argue, she has medical evidence that shows that she could not have committed murder, or could not have committed the murder she was charged for. Still, she's found guilty. But even after being found guilty and being incarcerated, she broke out of prison. Broke out of prison in 1979. She was helped by some of her comrades in the Black Liberation Army. She broke out of prison in 1979. She after breaking out of prison, she spent a short time in America before fleeing to the Caribbean, to the Bahamas, and then later on to Cuba. And currently in 2022, she lives in Cuba on political asylum. She is on the FBI's most wanted list. She's been on the FBI's most wanted list for upwards of 50 years now. But still to this day, she is free. She is an iconic figure in Black activist circles. Everyone looks at her she's deity status. And her autobiography is a book that I guarantee if you started, you would not be able to put it down. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your background is, where you're from. If you start her book, it would be very difficult for you to put it down. That's how engaging it is. And it's all true. It is all her life, right? So Assata Shakur, the face of a movement, still an inspiration to this day for many people. This is a book that is an absolute must read, one of the top 2 or 3 books you will probably ever read when it comes to understanding the Black Power movement. So I recommend it for anyone. Assata, an autobiography by Assata Shakur, political asylum in Cuba to this day. Check it out.